I took the last plane out before the border closed, back to Mexico City to ride it out. The world was closed, and so I had no more excuses. I began to vlog.
Hey there, what's happening, cool people? Hey there, friends. Hi guys, it's Randall. ¿Cómo estás, mis homies?
Those first few months, I had no clue what it was about. Was it personal development? Life in Mexico? Spirituality? Or being an artist?
Be your
Living in Mexico, I saw many things I admired, but always was confronted with the reality of that difference, how I didn't fit in. And even back in the States, como olvidé palabras en inglés, porque ellos fue más familiar en español.
And for me, part of the experience of being here is being, that extranjero, that gringo, that I've been here, 6 years, but there's this aspect of being a stranger. And I feel very welcomed, but also there's an extent that I don't fit in because it's not my native culture. And I love being here very much. And I have deep respect for the lifestyle and the sense of community, that's the thing.
Estoy aquí, muy altura, en las montañas, afuera de la ciudad de Oaxaca. Today, I'm here in the mountains, outside of Oaxaca City, to connect with nature and experience the beautiful things which she has to offer. Oaxaca is a place of magic, of joy and wonder. Un lugar lleno de la alegría de la vida.
Estoy aquí en mi casita de adobe.
I got to work cleaning my new place. And a very important figure, one I take to be a manifestation of the Earth Mother, came to me. Look who came back. Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to Juquelita. As I call her, Bebe Bonita. When I found Juqui, she was known as Canela, cinnamon, and lived on the street with her 2 puppies. Once they had grown, I adopted her, and she came to live with me there. Art became a daily practice, and I no longer had to think to create. It was completely natural.
What do you think? Does it catch my better side?
Juqui likes to help me around the studio. Her specialty is digging holes in the ground and looking cute.
Juqui's not a big fan of grapefruit. She's trying, though. She's trying to get there.
And then the divine feminine came into my life from another place, one quite near to my heart.
So what were you saying about this place?
Well, I was just saying, it's very isolated, but it also feels very serene here. It's almost perfect for meditation, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can feel it.
After a year and a half of living in Oaxaca, I realized life was taking me away from that sweet existence which felt so aligned and calling me to something deeper and more challenging. This calling to create a home was expanding.
Esta mañana me voy para Mexico, entonces a Texas. This morning I'm leaving from Mexico City, then on to Texas. It's a time of change in my life, a time of transition. I don't know for sure when I'll be back to Oaxaca. Juqui's being taken care of by Selene, my landlord, and her family. But I'll surely miss her. And I have things to attend to in the States. It all will sort itself out, but right now the future's not exactly clear. I'm leaving this morning with a lot of love in my heart for Oaxaca.
And just like that, I was called to leave that traditional way of life, to return to the fast-paced chaos and hustle of the U.S. Ya regrese a los Unites, where the fall greeted me with wet and rainy streets. And my daughter Lilac, who had been living in Arkansas, came back into my life to be with me there.
There we go.
I had this idea to build some shelving to help us get organized in the studio. It was a huge mess before we built the shelves.
Yeah, everything was just unorganized, and we didn't really have a place to put our stuff. Since we started building the shelving, then it just started being more organized.
It was still hot in the studio, I remember, when we were building them.
Yeah.
But it got organized really quickly after we put the shelves up.
Yeah, like the first thing we were putting up were like the boxes and stuff, and then I was putting up my artwork, and then we were building the bookshelves for our books. That was the next thing.
Yeah, I didn't realize how many books I had.
Yeah, it's like a library.
Lots of books. We're living the artist life, the bohemian life, as she likes to say. Singing Bohemian Rhapsody. Lots of adventures, good times, hard times. But they're times, and it's life. What else is there? But to live it, to learn it, try to love it. At least to love yourself. That's sometimes the best you can do. And for a period of time, we were running on empty, just holding on. The streets grew cold as fall led to winter, and I hustled to make a living, driving for DoorDash and Instacart.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to try to be chill today and just accept that everybody's out on the road shopping. I mean, it's, almost Christmas.
Yeah, all of everybody is out here shopping for their goods for Christmas. What do you expect?
All of everybody.
Yeah, everybody, all of everybody.
We learned to find a way to give thanks and make an offering of gratitude to life. And it blessed us with some warmth, some sustenance. And slowly things began to turn around. I just received the offer of employment from Dallas College. I'm pretty ecstatic. Here's what it says. Dear Randall Garrett, on behalf of Dallas College, I'm pleased to offer you a full-time position as Gallery and Art Collection Manager. We have confirmed your start date of January 16, 2024. Woohoo! Yes! Our lives, which we had been living so close to the edge, suddenly pulled back onto more solid ground. I began to get paid for what I had already mastered all those years ago. To envision, plan, and curate art shows all around the city of Dallas, working in collaboration with students, art faculty, administrators, and the community at large. Como en México se dice, los unites. Here again, I found myself in these United States. No puedo decidir si soy más un chavo desde la ciudad o el campo, pero en realidad lo sé.
¿Qué piensas de mí? ¿Soy más como güero de rancho o güero del barrio? Yo creo que soy más güero del rancho. Sí.
10 months ago, I left Oaxaca to come to Dallas and live with my daughter. My dog Juqui stayed behind and was cared for by my landlord Selene. This whole time, I've been wanting to reunite with her, and over the last few months I came up with a plan. Now it's coming to fruition. I'm flying into Mexico to meet Juqui and bring her back to the States to live with us.
Aquí en la ciudad, donde vive 5 años. Back in the city where I lived for 5 years. I get a little rest, get ready for my trip in the morning, flying to Oaxaca to see Juqui.
Before I knew it, I was on my way to Oaxaca. On the ground now, here in Oaxaca, I felt less of a sense of excitement at being there, and more a feeling of the work I had ahead of me to get Juqui back to the States. Now I'm going to see if I can catch a moto taxi up to San Luis Beltran to see Juqui. Gonna give her a big hug. Por fin, llegué a mi barrio. Finally, I arrived to my old neighborhood. Juqui, freedom ride. Juqui, freedom ride. Juqui, freedom ride. Juqui, freedom ride. Juquelita, Juquelita. Juqui, amor. Hola, bonita. Hola, bonita. Hola. Juqui. Hola, amor. Hola. Hola. Hola, bonita. Hola, ¿cómo estás, amor? Hola. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Hola, ¿cómo estás, Selena?
Bien. Hola, mira, ya estás feliz.
Es muy emocionada.
Ya vino a avisarle que está feliz.
Hola.
¿Qué tal?
Bien, gracias. ¿Y
Ay,
tú?
buenas tardes. Aquí con Juqui. ¿Ya estás feliz? ¿Ya?
Time to wake up, Juqui. We're about to begin the Juqui Freedom Ride. Early on a July morning, we pulled out from the alleyway of my Oaxaca home, Juqui and I, with our driver, Constantine, to head north for the border. We experienced mostly open roads, but occasionally backups, which could stretch for miles. That is where Constantine used his off-road skills, driving alongside on the shoulder, on improvised dirt trails, and even veering into parking lots alongside the highway and back on to take advantage of the flow. As a sign that we were blessed along this last stretch of highway through Mexico, great swaths of monarch butterflies appeared from nowhere on their migratory journey south to their refugios in the forest highlands of central Mexico. We soon came upon a convoy of the Fuerza Civil, their armored trucks having overtaken a wrecked vehicle to the side of the road, which Constantine thought must be an abandoned truck of the bandidos.
Juqui, this might be your last time ever in Mexico. What do you think? It's your homeland. Cross it over with me. Feeling a lot of emotion right now. 10 months ago I left Oaxaca to come to the States. My landlord Selene cared for Juqui. Now I'm back to bring her across the border to live with me and my daughter in Dallas. I'm so excited. It's been a lot of planning to get to this point. We're ready. Juqui, let's do this.
And then we were into the queue, passing through the kiosks on the Mexican side and onto the international bridge.
You hop in and you swim diagonal, and it'll drag you to this side. Unfortunately, for anyone that does that, there's CBP is sitting. Oh my!
We saw a van pull up right to the international border.
There's the line right there.
Yeah, they're in the U.S.
The irony was not lost on us that these vendors from Mexico were informally crossing to the U.S. side, selling their wares to those waiting to cross over.
We're in! Juqui! Juqui! You're in! Juqui Freedom Ride! We made it! Bienvenido a Tejas, Juqui! La Oaxaqueña! Guerra en Tejas! Conmigo!
Since Juqui came to live with us over the summer, we've been bringing her to my studio where there is space for her to run around and go wild. I think she helps us go wild too. You're probably wondering why I'm holding this camera. I'll tell you in a moment. My name is Randall Garrett. I am an artist. I've been a part of the Dallas and Texas art scene for around 30 years. I'm currently the gallery and art collection manager at Dallas College, and I'm also a vlogger on YouTube. So that's what's going on with the camera. If this footage comes out well tonight, it may turn into a vlog, you never know. So I'm gonna turn the camera your way. People can see the audience. I'm really interested in narrative and storytelling, and so my goal is to show you how, by really paying attention to your own life, to your own creativity and self-expression, that you can get more in touch with your own identity, a sense of who you are, and what impact and meaning and purpose you have in this world. By paying attention to our everyday life experiences, we can start to see those synchronicities that just kind of happen. It's a part of life, and it's a part of paying attention to our experience and bringing that into our own creative expression. Hola chicos, el día de hoy estoy en camino a Oaxaca. Hi friends, today I'm on my way to spend 9 days with my love and enjoy la vida de Mama Oaxaca.